Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, how are you guys? We hope you are always healthy and happy. Okay, we are from group 2 who on this video will present a material about empirical facts that exist in the perfect competition market. The first material will be delivered by me. But before that, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Alifia Friska, with name 23, from Excellent Class Economic Education. On this occasion, I will present a material to all of you about empirical facts in the Chile market, complete with existing concept of perfect competition. However, before that, I will present a little video footage of the news about the hike in chilies that reached 100,000 per kilogram. Enjoy watching!
Saudara, harga cabai rawit merah makin pedas, menyentuh angka Rp100.000 per kilogram atau naik 2 kali lipat dari harga biasanya. Kenaikan harga ini terjadi akibat cuaca buruk dan banjir yang membuat petani gagal panen. Harga cabai melonjak tajam. Kamis pagi, pedagang di Pasar Kebayoran Lama, Jakarta menjual cabai rawit merah dengan harga naik 2 kali lipat dari biasanya.
Harga cabai rawit merah memanas di mana saat ini di pasaran dijual dengan harga Rp100.000 per kilogram. Harga ini naik sekitar 2 kali lipat karena biasanya cabai rawit merah dijual hanya dengan harga Rp40.000 hingga Rp50.000 per kilogram. Kenaikan dari harga cabai rawit merah ini dimulai sejak tahun baru.
Sementara cabai merah besar dijual pada kisaran harga Rp60.000 per kilogram. Biasanya, cabai jenis ini dijual Rp40.000 per kilogram.
So, this Chile market is one of the market that are close to a perfectly competitive market because the Chile market has many sellers and buyers who sell similar product, namely chili, then there are no barriers to entry and exit. Then, in the news footage that we saw earlier, we can see that at the beginning of 2020, several regions experienced a spike in chili price due to certain factor. One of the areas affected by the spike in chili price is DKI Jakarta. The average price of red chili peppers in DKI Jakarta is Rp83.000 per kilogram. And then the highest price is at Mampang Perapatan Market, which is Rp100.000 per kilogram. And the lowest price is at West Tomang Market, which is Rp65.000 per kilogram. This price increases by 74% compared to the price at the beginning of this year, which amount to Rp47.000 per kilogram. The increase in red chili peppers price due to rainy weather has caused chili farmers in Java to experience crop failure, and the harvest of red chili peppers has only been successful in South Sulawesi, South Kalimantan, and West Sumatra. Therefore, the Ministry of Agriculture conducted market operation in 22 markets in the DKI Jakarta area in line with the increase in red chili peppers price. This market operation is an effort to stabilize price carried out by the government by directly monitoring specific market price. This market operation will last until the price of red chili peppers being sold has a maximum price of Rp50.000 per kilogram. With the target of reducing price through market operation, it could reach Rp30.000 per kilogram. If it is related to the concept of government intervention in a perfectly competitive market, the steps taken by the government are included in the price control policy, namely the price ceiling. The price ceiling is a policy carried out by the government by setting the highest price for an item that aims to protect consumers. the government steps and intervention are already correct with this concept because chili price on the market is already classified as very high. When the price in the market has increased very drastically, it is feared that it will impact people's purchasing power, which will decrease. Therefore, the government strives to keep the price of chili on the market at the portion. So, when there is a price hike, effort that can be made by the government is through this price ceiling, which aims to protect consumers. However, in concept, if a price ceiling policy is applied, it will have an impact on increasing the number of goods demand, which can lead to shortage. Therefore, in this case, the government also made other efforts by supplying chilies from areas with good productivity, namely South Sulawesi, South Kalimantan, and West Sumatra. This step is appropriate because the government market operation are balanced with the addition of stocks by the government to traders of red chili peppers as much as 10 tons per day. This add stock was given because the stock requirement for chili peppers at Keramajati market reached 32 tons per day, while the available stock was only 22 tons per day, so that this shortage can be overcome by adding a supply from the government. Well, here is a curve due to the government intervention. Okay, I took an example of a case that occurred in the Mampang market, where after there's a price increase, the price becomes 100,000 rupiah per kilogram. Because the price is considered very expensive, the government has provided an intervention known as a price ceiling to reduce the chili price through market operation, which are expected to reduce the price to a maximum of 50,000 rupiah per kilogram of chili in the market. As a result of the price ceiling, it will be accompanied by an increase in demand, which result in shortage, because it's not supported by adequate supply. Therefore, the government provides an additional supply which is taken from farmers in productive areas to meet market needs. So, this shortage can be overcome well enough. Okay, so that's all empirical facts that I can convey. For the next empirical facts will be delivered by Utami.
Hello everyone! In here, I will explain the next material. Let me introduce myself. My name is Utami from class U. My student number is 16.
Government intervention, price floor. The news is chili price fall free. Government asked to intervene. Problem: the price of chili fell drastically because the harvest in that period coincided with the harvest which was evenly distributed in various chili production centers both inside and outside Yogyakarta. Thus, the supply of red chili increases, while not being accompanied by optimal market absorption. In addition, it is also due to economic conditions that have decreased due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Therefore, farmers suffer losses. The major harvest that occur causes the price of canaya pepper to fall 18.2%, price of 18,550 rupiah, and red chili to desperate 17.1%, price of 16,500 rupiah per kilo. Meanwhile, from the result of monitoring of price development in several traditional markets in the city of Yogyakarta today, the price of chili has indeed experienced downward fluctuation. So, what is government intervention about this news? To overcome this, what can be done is government intervention to maintain price stability and return to normal price that do not harm farmers. government intervention is in accordance with the price control concept, namely the price floor. The price floor is the lowest price set by government for an item due to abundance of goods offered on the market. By doing a price floor, it can protect producer from an infinite discrete in chili price. In this condition, the supply level of chili is higher than demand, namely surplus. A higher supply will reduce the demand for chili. The continued decline in the amount of demand results in the price of chilies continuing to fall below the equilibrium price. If this is allowed, the producer will suffer losses. Therefore, the government imposed a floor price in order to prevent market price from falling sharply. The next solution about this news. The drop in chili price has pushed price in farmer closer to the break-even point. So, government intervention is needed to keep price from falling too deep. For that, there needs to be an innovation in processing fresh chili into powdered chili using cold dryer technology so that the taste and aroma are maintained as faithfully as possible. This chili powder is widely used by instant noodle producer or made of dried chili so that prices are stable, especially when the supply of chili is abundant during this big harvest. In this slide is illustration about price floor mechanism if associated with news. The market equilibrium price is formed due to the meeting of demand and supply. Initially, the market price was formed at P16,500 rupiah. Then, when the government set the lowest retail price or price floor at P17,500 rupiah, consumer can no longer buy goods at the market price level P17,500 rupiah. Meanwhile, producer can now sell their product at a higher price. Consequently, this producer increase the amount of supply. As a result of these two actions, the market experiences a surplus or excess in the quantity of goods supply. A surplus occurs quantity supply minus quantity demand. Excess quantity of goods offered can be overcome by passing excess production and providing subsidies. The excess number of goods offered as quantity supply minus quantity demand were overcome by the government buying excess production in the market. As a result, the demand curve shifts to the right, demand 1 to demand 2. Floor price stabilization by providing subsidies to producer. Initially, the market price was formed at P16,500 rupiah. The government considered the price level P16,500 rupiah to be detrimental to producer. So, the government set the guarantee price at the level of P70,500 rupiah. Due to the high guarantee price, the supply curve shifts from S1 to S2. As a result, the equilibrium price falls from E1 to E2. So the producer sells the product 15,500 rupiah with equilibrium price 3.
Okay, that's all for me. For the next empirical fact will be delivered by Wahyu Fitriasari.
Hello, my name is Wahyu Fitriasari. I'm from class U, student number 8. Now, I will explain about retribution to all of you.
Retribution. According to UU nomor 28 tahun 2009, regional retributions are regional levies as payment for service or the granting of certain permits specifically provided and or given by local governments for personal or corporate interests. In general, retributions are levies imposed on the public or citizens who use the facilities provided by the state. First article. The Kendal Regency government imposes retribution rates in Kendal Regional Transitional Market with information attached to the web. In the article, it can be seen that the market service levy rates consist of space use, market land use, building rental, building rehabilitations, animal sales, sales of certain types, rental administration costs, loading and unloading of goods, and land use or market equipment for the use of public crowds. Second article, the Sleman Regency government has provided 50% relief from traditional market retribution payment during the COVID-19 pandemic. The policy is implemented during this month until next May. Head of Sleman Industry and Trade Office, May Rusmi Suryaningsih, said the policy was aimed at helping market traders during difficult times due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The current condition, she said, was caused by reduced turnover. As explained in the article, the goal of cutting retribution rates by 50% in traditional market is to provide stimulus and relief to traders related to the current conditions of the COVID-19 pandemic. With this relief fee, the local government hopes to return to its original trade turnover. Third article contains exemptions from retributions for traditional market traders. The article shows that the government is trying to protect traders in relation to the COVID-19 pandemic, which has caused economic players to experience a decline in turnover, especially for traditional traders. With a stimulus from the government to eliminate these retributions, it is hoped that traditional traders will rise up and push the wheels of the economy to turn for the better. So, in conclusion, the imposition of levies is basically imposed as part of the provisions of public facilities for the community by the state. Several conditions can be the reason for cutting or eliminating retributions in the hope of providing stimulus and encouragement for traders regarding losses or reduced turnover due to disasters, in accordance with the concept of applying retributions. Okay, that's all from me. For the next empirical fact will be delivered by Weda Romiyati.
For this first material, which is about zero profit in the long run, will be presented by me. But before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Weda Romiyati, number 5. Recently, when the COVID-19 pandemic is heating up, economic conditions have declined. As a result, people purchasing power is also getting lower. In a perfectly competitive market, falling consumer demand caused the price of goods to fall as well. One example is the price of chili, which fell drastically to 5,000 rupiah in June 2020. Even though chili price when normal condition reached 20,000 to 25,000 with a cost of production of 6,000. The decline in demand and price for chili was caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, which required people to do physical distancing, so that many activities were cancelled. This condition makes farmers difficult choices. Farmers tell, consider the following graph. In normal condition, when the market price of chili is 20,000 with a quantity of Q1, a balance of E1 is obtained. From the equilibrium, the demand is obtained along with the line P equal ER equal MR equal D. As has been stated by the farmer, that the cost of production per kilogram of chili reached 6,000 and the cost spent along the TC line, which is cut by the MC line. The profit is equal to area A. The short-term benefits obtained in this perfectly competitive market can be said to be high. However, this high profit did not last long, because the number of requests had decreased due to the large number of sellers entering this market. Besides that, due to the COVID-19 pandemic condition, which required the public to do physical distancing, which made the demand decrease. This reduced demand resulted in a shift in the demand curve from D1 to D2, so that a new equilibrium E2 is obtained at the price level of 10,000 with the quantity E2. This caused the company level of profit to decrease, namely the profit lies in area B. In the news, it was said that the price of chili had dropped to 5,000 due to the decrease in demand for chili. But the cost of production, according to farmer, was 6,000. So, what will be the consequence if this happens? First, if the demand for chili decreases, causing the price of chili in the market to be the same as the cost of goods manufactured, which is 6,000. It will cause the company to not get a profit because the income earned is only enough to replace the cost of goods manufactured or the total cost of production. So in the long run, this is called zero profit. If this happens, the company can still run its business because its revenue can still cover the average variable cost. Second, when the market price reaches 5,000 caused by a decrease in consumer demand, a new balance will be formed, namely E4. In this condition, the income earned is less than the stipulated cost of production, so that the company experiences a loss. The losses suffered by the company are 1,000 per kilogram or in area C. That's all for me. For the next empirical fact, will be delivered by Annisa, Fikri, Sofia.
Hello friend, before I present the material, I will introduce myself. My name is Annisa, Fikri, Sofia and my study number is 10. I am from class U19.
So right here, I will give a little review of the news with the title, Abundant Stock, Rawit Chili Prices Drop. After I read that news, I can conclude that there are two problems in the news. The first problem is there is a decline in the price of chilies due to abundant stocks. The low price of chilies makes farmers not want to harvest their crops because the cost of harvesting is more expensive than the selling price of chilies. The next problem on the news is a decrease in the price of chilies. It can happen due to a drastic reduction in purchases. So, what is the solution? The first suggestion that I can give is follow the timing of the planting pattern so that the needs in each month can be met. The next suggestion is the government imposes a policy on one farmer to another to estimate that one farmer does not simultaneously harvest. So, what is consumer surplus? According to OECD Glossary of Statistical Terms, consumer surplus is a measure of consumer welfare and is defined as the excess of social valuation of product over the price actually paid.
In the news, consumers experience a consumer surplus where people can buy chilies at a lower price, 10,000 rupiah until 12,000 rupiah. It is compared to the previous price, 60,000 rupiah per kilogram. The difference between the price a consumer is willing to pay and they actually pay is known as consumer surplus. Now, when the consumer going to the market and when get to the market, it's shown by the graph, the price that they actually pay is lower, which is 10,000 rupiah, and the price a consumer is willing to pay is 60,000 rupiah. So, consumer get the consumer surplus. The consumer get the benefit from that amount of 50,000 rupiah. And from that, we can see that the area that shaded in the green was consumer surplus.
So, that's all the material that we can convey. If there are deficiencies or mistakes, we apologize. Thank you for watching and see you on the next video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.